Hey guys, it's a sunny March day and I'm just outside right now getting some snuggles in with Brutus, but I put together a little video for you guys explaining our seed starting setup. We're already well into our seed starting season and we'll be going full tilt here once we get into April, but I wanted to just explain the setup that I've developed over the last few years. It's pretty easy to do at home, kind of multi-purpose, and I hope it'll inspire you to get some seeds started of your own. I mentioned a few things that I'll link below in the comments so that you guys can check them out if you find them useful. So me and Brutus are gonna get a little more fresh air and then head back in to clean up the disaster in the house after potting up all my plants.
Super hard to get this whole setup in the frame, but this is the big investment for the garden one of the bigger investments for the garden for 2020 is a slightly more organized seed starting setup. I've been kind of jimmy rigging things for the last 3 or 4 years, but this really allows me to pump up my production and ensure we can grow more of our own seeds for use in our garden. So this is a 6-shelf wire shelving unit from Amazon. As well as these T5 lights are from Amazon. The shelving unit's great because you can adjust it up and down on here, how high you want your shelves to be. And then the lights are nothing fancy. I'd like to get some little chains eventually, but they're just being held on with fishing line right now. So use what you got. Might be a little jimmy rig, but it works. I also invested in some of these. They're 72 cell trays, and it's hard to tell in this picture or in this video, but they are really heavy duty plastic, so when I'm reusing them year after year and sterilizing them, I don't have to worry about them cracking and giving out after a couple years. So it helps me reduce my plastic a bit. They're from Bootstrap Farmer as well. And then my seed starting mix is, I've had really good luck with this premium organic seed starting mix from ProMix and the premium organic soil for veggies. That's just in a bigger bag there that I use when I'm potting up my veggies. Honestly, guys, I must thrive on mayhem because while everybody on the internet seems to have fancy seeds starting organization plans, mine usually involves a lot of this and sifting through everything to figure out what I want to start. I have a written list that I keep track of, but my seeds are just a mumble jumble collection. So don't feel bad if you aren't super organized. It helps, but you can still get the job done. The vast majority of my seeds come from either West Coast Seeds, they got these beautiful nasturtiums from there, or I really love Heritage Harvest Seed Company out of Manitoba. They're a little bit of a smaller company, and I absolutely love the seed quality we get from them. And as a bonus, they often throw in, I don't know if I have a package lying around, but they will throw in a free seed packet with your order. So I've got free lettuce mixes, some flowers, things like that to try in my garden. Now there's plenty of seed starting videos on the internet. I'm not going to give you guys that, for one, because I just like to buckle down and do my planting. And yeah, I'll try and link some really cool videos that I watched when I was first learning. But I will give you an idea of what I have on the go here. So we'll start at the bottom. This is a heating mat, and it's got the little probe in here to adjust the temperature. These are some lemon bergamot, I think that's how you pronounce it, seeds. So they need some darkness to germinate. That's why they're like that. And here are a ton of willy-nilly sweet peas. I don't know. I started them early, what it said on the packet, rather than direct sowing them, but I will see how this works because they are wild and crazy, guys. These are my tomatoes, and I have 3 different varieties of tomatoes in here. I have on this side here some indigo rose, and they're this really beautiful dark purple cherry tomato, I guess. I've never grown tomatoes from seeds, so this is a learning curve for me and my seed starting. I also have some gold nugget cherry tomatoes in here, and then the rest are the San Marzano Lampadina certified organic seed. Not sure what went on over here with germination. Maybe I just forgot to plant there, but these guys are all doing good. I like to give them a little bit of love to mimic the wind until I get my fan set up here, but they're plugging along pretty good. My pride and joy, my onions, and I also have some shallots and leeks and whatnot in this tray. So these ones are Rosa di Milano, and they're heirloom red onion that I really, really love, and they stored really well in my cold room in the basement until we ate the last one in late February. And then over here we have a bunch of Calibre onions at the back, and then I have some giant Musselburgh leeks. What else do we have in here? Zabroon shallots. And yeah, that's all we've got in here. I also have some scallions that I'll plant later on outside. These guys I just had planted a few days ago, 4 days ago. So these are, try and go up here in between the lights to show you guys. So these are all, well, these are one tray of my Brassicas, and there's some multicolored cauliflower, Decicio broccoli, Romanesco broccoli. These are things I've been growing from seed for quite a while. You don't have to get into the fancy varieties, but I love some multicolor in my garden. Right above that stuff is another tray of Brassicas. These are my kohlrabi. I have some cabbage, a lot of kale. What else is planted in here? I think that's, yeah, just a bunch of cabbage, kale, and kohlrabi. I do a few different varieties of all of them. I'm trying to really nail down which one works best for us in our climate here and what's going to be my staple to grow. Nothing too exciting to show you right now in these two trays. This one here is cucumbers I just planted, Wisconsin, which are another heirloom variety, for hopefully doing a lot of pickling. And then this is my flower tray. So I have a ton of nasturtiums in here, some cosmos, and I think that's it for now. Another one of my pride and joys. This is my basil bucket. Oh, guys, if you could just smell it right now. It's my favorite smell in the world, and it's perfect coming out of a dark winter to have some nice fresh basil sprouting in a container. I also have some kind of fun things growing here. Well, I have some sage, which I'm really excited about. This back here is my echinacea, which the seeds are quite a few years old, but there's a ton popping up now, and I just love them. They're so pretty. The pollinators love them, and it's also can be made into tinctures and stuff like that. So really useful plant. This here is kind of a house, well, I'm growing it as a house plant. These are some eucalyptus babies. I tried to grow them last year and accidentally fried them, so we'll see if it works this year. And my goji berries. They're looking a little sad and pathetic right now, some of them, but some of them are plugging along really well. Again, these are ones I've tried to start over the last couple of years and never managed to get them past the seedling stage, but they are super hardy plants once they get established and a superfood. So I'm excited to see how these guys go. Had to break out the chair to get up here, but these are my peppers. So I've done a few different varieties of peppers. I have some purple beauty bell peppers. I have some paprika peppers, large cayenne red peppers, and red bull's horn peppers. So I'm looking forward to making cayenne powder and paprika with some of the peppers, and I love just eating them fresh. And I just potted them up today, and they look so, so happy. I love me some peppers. And these guys here, last but not least, were a bit of an experiment for my sister, gone wild. These are artichokes. They are Imperial Star, and they're short season artichoke. I couldn't even tell you if I actually ate an artichoke in my life. She likes them. The germination rate was supposed to not be great, but as you can tell, it was really successful, and artichokes are huge, the plants. So we will see if we can find homes for all of those. And in case anyone was wondering about the balled up sheet up here, I just dropped that down. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll show a clip from later on this evening. I drop it down in the evening because while in the daytime these bright lights don't bother me too much, it's really glaring when it gets light out, so I just drop the sheet over so I can keep the lights on until I'm ready to go to bed, and then that way it doesn't bother my eyes when it gets dark out.